So, without further ado, let me present the Sir John Franklin High School graduating class of 2018.
Welcome to the Grad 2018 formal ceremony. First out, Sarah Taggart-Miles and Escort. Sierra Nesbitt and Jacob Schubert. Chase Broman and Casey Hall. Sonali and Escort. Cameron Hobbs Petal and Gaz. Brian Walsh and Escort. Megan Newberry and Escort. Arian Devo Bernier and Escort. Eva Mukamba and Escort. Dylan Mark Nelson and Nikki Ryan. Ben Grimes and Grace Clark. Ron DeKigo and Taylor Saloy. Daniel Ives and Escort. Musa Aziz and Escort. Aaron Robertson and Escort. Kendra Scott Strom and Escort. Michael Bishop. Sean Irwin and Escort. Callie Gargan and Escort. Brandon Adams and Escort. Chris Beaverho and Escort. Ovid Duru Jr. and Escort. Ryan Zen and escorts. Josh McClellan and escorts. Kennedy Prince and escorts. Ryan Beck and escorts. Shania Rice and escorts. Irvin Mercado and escorts. Colton Brown and escorts. Tanner Dumont and escorts. Chris Matthews. Abigail Sprunken and escorts. Brady Harmon and escorts. Kaylin Hayward and escorts. Jonathan Stewart and escorts. Connor Rocher and Mother. Elizabeth Thomas and Dawson Fowler. Eva Stevenson and Janelle Delacruz. Elizabeth Ewan and escorts. Taraposky and escort. Melissa Clark and Tanner Arthur. Jesse Roberts and Piper Leg. Montana Stannard and escort. Gabrielle Lamarche and Sophie Clark. Jared McCormick and escort. Noah Hanshay and Matt Walker. Aaliyah Omont and escort. Lucas Wick and escort. Rodney Savanda and escort. Manu Doneto and escort. Chase Shell Lambert and escort. Lisa Weaver and escort. Stephanie Barabach and Darian Peterson. Andy Thomas and escort. Sheree McPherson and escort. Camilo and Fasilla. Adam Ulaho and escort. Yellow Rodriguez and escort. Gabrielle Wasichina and Big Brother. Our school president, Hanapa Malik. Christina Lafferty and escort. Tyresha Raviska and escort. Christina Johnston and Jack Panay. Your valedictorian, Brenda Lee and escort. Austin Walsh and escort. Jamie Schroeder. Luke Hero. Donovan Evans and escort. Ethan Hilliard and escort. Jada Polio and escort. Lauren Seabrook and escort. James Drew and escort. Lyra Judas and escort. Jackie Morissetta and escort. Guy Lenny and escort. Dinah Andre and Gas. Denmark, Britain, and escort. And that is your grad class 2018. Take it to Miko.
Weren't they all beautiful? Let's give them a hand. At this point in the evening, we're going to have a few speeches for you. So to give the toast to the parents, I'd like to invite Sierra Nesbitt and Sarah Taggart-Niles to the stage. Hello. On our first day, sorry. On our first day of kindergarten, we cried as you left and waved goodbye. Now, 13 years later, you are the ones crying as we say goodbye. When you walked us through the school doors for the first time, we were both entering a new realm of unknown possibilities that would bring us to this moment, the moment of our graduation and the honor of giving the toast to the parents.
We are able to stand here today in front of all of our family and friends thanks to you. Because of your constant and unwavering support, your presence at every school concert and sporting match, your enthusiastic encouragement, and your determination to teach us the most valuable life lessons. All of this while never giving up on us. Despite everything going on in your own life, you put it all on hold when we needed you the most. Thanks to this and you, we are able to proceed into the next chapter of our lives with ability and confidence.
You parents are our own guides to life. You saved us from walking out of the house in whatever crazy outfit we put together that day. You were always able to keep us motivated, even when we thought we'd reached rock bottom. And since you experienced the same high school dramas as us, we can definitely say that you guys were able to dish back the sass. I think saying you're like our own personal autocorrect sums it up pretty well.
Somehow, you always knew the right thing to say and do. When we went through our first breakup, you were right by our sides to console us every day, continuously reminding us of our self-worth. And tell us that there are more fish in the sea. When we were in a fight with a friend or upset about school, you allowed us to get it all off our chest and said nothing while we channeled our anger and hurt towards you. You always knew how to pick us up and when we fell. Even when we said nothing, all your support never went unwavered, which in return may have helped us the most. Being a parent can be easy, yet over the years you've made it seem like a journey worth taking.
And for that, we'd like to immensely thank you, parents. Thank you for letting us sleep in your room after watching a scary movie, for being our chauffeur taxi driver every time we need to go somewhere, for being understanding and patient when we first got our driver's license. We all know how that worked out. For helping us realize what is most important in life, for always putting us first instead of thinking of yourself, keeping us motivated for whatever new endeavors captured our attention, and most of all, for accepting us for who we are.
Your voices will forever be embedded in our heads wherever life takes us. Whether it's to university or college, traveling, working, or trying to find ourselves, it's safe to say that we will always remember to wear clean underwear, put on our seatbelts, and never stop trying.
We truly thank all of you from the bottom of our hearts. Moms, dads, aunts, uncles, grandparents, without all of your guidance and support over the years, our futures would not look as bright as they do right now. This grad class is compiled of future teachers, travelers, musicians, mechanics, Olympians, doctors, police officers, billionaires, and whatever else we put our minds to. And all of you are the reason we are able to fulfill our dreams.
Hey Sierra, have you heard a couple stops from the audience?
Yeah, I actually have, and it's kind of distracting.
Well, why not instead of ending our toast on a sappy note, we finished our toast the way our dads would, trying to cheer us up.
What did you have in mind, Sarah?
Well, what do you call a Frenchman wearing flip-flops?
What?
Felipe flop.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sierra and Sarah. For the reply from the parents, I'd like to invite up Karen and Shane Clark.
Sierra and Sarah.
Greetings, students, graduating class 2018. First years, wizards.
That's a different stage. Honestly, seriously though, greetings to everyone, students especially, but also faculty and staff, guests, special guests, and really special guests. You know who you are.
We are very honored to be here representing the parents in our response speech to the Sir John Franklin High School graduating class of 2018. We'll be providing a piece of our mind. Actually, we mean a few words of celebration. But first of all, congratulations. The majority of you are the year 2000 babies. It's very likely because we parents, we partied like it was 1999. And it was 1999. You are all an amazing product of those celebrations. Just before you were born, we were all scared of the Y2K. Don't be confused with the YK2. Thank you. Many of the pundits had predicted the technological world as we knew it might end. Well, it did. iTunes took over CDs, and screens took over flip phones. And now, the turn-of-the-century babies are here to continue the game.
And look at you. You are the dragons. According to the Chinese zodiac sign, you are powerful, big-hearted, successful, innovative, healthy, courageous. No wonder it was such a fruitful time. Everyone wanted a dragon baby. However, the zodiac also says you can be scrutinized and tactless, quick-tempered, and overconfident. Be sure to accept the good traits. They are earned. Don't accept your title to them.
Really good friend of mine once said, his uncle said, with great power comes great responsibility. Remember that as you learn and grow and become more independent, it is through kindness and compassion that you truly will become successful.
In thinking about your group, this group, we asked your principals from elementary and middle school what they remembered about you from your years in their school. Some of the things they said were this.
One common thread we heard was this entire group of students had an incredible sense of humor.
And goodness, you'd have to have a sense of humor when you have kids like Jack and Ben in Daisy Duke costumes with Mr. Curran.
One of the other principals said, this is the group of kids who came to school and they were not going to stand or sit together in a row. No way. The teachers at Range Lake were a bit taken aback, but in the end, you students, you set your own terms for how you would participate in school.
Apparently discipline could be a challenge at times, but the teachers knew that parents on the playground, like Jennifer Pagonis, everything would be taken care of.
Thanks, Jen. We knew when you were on the watch out there, things were taken care of. Another comment we received was that these students knew what they wanted. They worked hard and to achieve it, and as a group, they were well-rounded academically, athletically, and artistically. You should be celebrating these achievements all the time. Maybe not to the extent of the Challenge Cup party. Sophie and Grace. But you get what I mean.
And now that those 12 years are behind you, you've got the world at your doorstep. You're entering your next adventure. As the doctor said, in his 900 years of travel through time and space, I've never met anyone who wasn't important. Each and every one of you has an amazing journey in front of you and will contribute greatly to the others around you. We were both really struck by Cherie's comments earlier today, and I think it would serve us well to all take it to heart. And she said, I'm most proud of doing what people said I'd never do. So go out and do it. What's stopping you? Brenda also spoke so eloquently about not being afraid to take risks, to find and to go find your way.
Some of you will travel, some of you will work, some of you will start families, and all of you will continue your education in various forms. Learning and growing and moving forward, knowing that you have so much here supporting you.
Yellowknife has grounded you in your school years, have defined you. The canoe trips, the winter camping, the drama productions, school sports, the skills competitions, competition, the northern lights, the cold, the bugs, and even your parents. They have all shaped who you are, and you will always be drawn back to them like you're not.
As Karen says, I love the Northern Lights theme here tonight. Isn't it fantastic? You will experience spectacular opportunities on your way to becoming the superheroes you are, each in your own way. My dad always said to me, if you aren't having fun doing it, then you must be doing it wrong. So go out there, have fun, be the superhero dragons you are, and remember where you came from. Cheers to all of you in whatever you take on.
Thank you so much. Next, for the toast to the teachers, I would like to invite up Sonali Sivakumar.
Good evening, family, friends, and fellow graduates. Throughout the years, there are many people who have supported us and taught us valuable lessons. These people can be anyone, a friend, a parent, a sibling, or a teacher. Tonight, I'd like to recognize our teachers, our counselors, and our school administrators throughout the years who have helped us, guided us, and taught us. We will all leave today with memories. Memories about the people who have helped us get here, to where we are right now. Like Mr. Kern, who managed to show everyone who's ever had a class with him that punctuality is the key to success. Trust me, I've been there, we all have, most of us probably have. It doesn't matter if you're 20 seconds late, you're still late. You're locked out and you're sitting outside. So we all know that there's an importance to being on time. Then there's Mr. Kirkham, who managed to try and convince us when we were at Boston Pizza with the Challenge Cup team that pizza was a sandwich. Yeah, I don't understand that, but he spent like 45 minutes trying to convince us, so good for you, Mr. Kirkham. Next, there's Madame Ricard, et pour tous les élèves qui sont en immersion qui sont ici aujourd'hui, nous oublierons jamais notre temps avec toi, Madame Ricard. Nous allons manquer rire avec toi, manquer ton personnalité si positive et encourageante. Then there's Miss Loescher, who loves to tell us how one day we'll end up using Math 30 in real life. That's funny. What I did learn in that class, although we were not required to teach us, was how to use a credit card, which I find pretty useful, so thank you for that. Even though we don't get the chance to have a class with every teacher and not every administrator or hang out with every counselor, each one of us will remember the teachers that we did have and the memories we did have with the counselors that we were able to talk to. Finally, I would like to thank our school counselors and administrators. Whenever we missed something on the announcements or forgot something or anything in general, the wonderful ladies in the office, Andrea, Wendy, and Lindsay, would always gladly help us, even if we asked the same question many, many times. Our counselors also are very helpful. Over this past year, I'm pretty sure most of you guys, my fellow graduates, have seen a counselor at least once this year. Whether it be for changing up your classes, university applications, gap year preparations, or even just to talk in general. They're always here to support our dreams, just like the rest of our faculty. So I would like to thank all of you on behalf of this year's grad class for helping us get here today. Thank you.
And I'm so excited to welcome Doreen Cleary up to do the reply from the teachers.
Thank you, Tamika. Thank you, Sonali, for the lovely message you shared. When Mr. McGinnis asked me if I would speak tonight, I said yes, not realizing what he was referring to. As my husband said to me, you never listen to details, and it's probably true. And panic mode set in when Andrea at the front office said, I hear you're giving a speech at this wonderful event. And I said, a speech? In my head, I started saying, Evelyn, Evelyn, Evelyn. I took a deep breath and self-talked to myself and said, oh, Doreen, calm down. If Mr. Kowalczyk can get up here and speak so many times, I can do it, but just short. It is my honor this evening to offer my reply on behalf of the Cole Sir John Franklin High School staff to the class of 2018. I have been an educator for 35 years, 26 years with YK1, and over 20 years at Sir John. Over the years, I have met so many supporting parents, co-workers, and incredible students who have moved on to do incredible things with their lives. During my years at Sir John, I have worked with former students and eventually with their children. I also worked with former students that became co-workers, and that's been very interesting to say the least. Did you know that Mr. Kern, Mr. Doreen, Mr. Straker, Mrs. Straker, not Straker, Straker, Mr. Nakiko, Mrs. Paulus, Ms. Head, and Ms. Carapane are all Fulcum alumni who graduated from Sir John. I was going to call in sick because my throat is so sore. Can you guys even imagine what Mr. Kern looked like in high school? I seem to remember a mullet and a hockey jersey. He might have even smiled back then. He was great to work with, always pleasant. That's probably because I could blackmail him. It's been wonderful also to work with Ka for the past 4 years. It's not been that long ago that his dad, Denise, a former student, was in my office working on his educational plan and asking me for a green slip. Just this one time, please, Mrs. Clary. Also, Jamal's mom, Nadira, was also a student here in my first few years at Sir John. It's so great to see generations after generations of young students transforming into responsible and contributing adults, raising great kids who will also follow in their footsteps. We are all so proud of all of you for getting to this point. Each of you had your own path and your own struggles and your own successes. I could name a few students: Lindsay, Hunafa, Jackie, Connor, Taylor, Donovan, Brandon, Jaden, Josh. Just to name a few. I could go on and on. But I am so happy to see you through your high school years, experience from grade 9 to grade 12, and you've grown into young adults, ready to take on the world. I will fondly remember the times you tried to pull the wool over my eyes, especially when Mr. Krause or Miss Monkman or Mr. McDonald said no to something you requested, and you would probably say in your head, I will try Mrs. Clary. Ding, ding, ding.
I just saw one of your students, and he or she we were up to date on texting too. When you realized we were on to you, you kindly pulled up your socks and just got to work. How many of you remember getting a text from me telling you to get to class? It wasn't in those words so nicely, but I remember texting people or calling. So anyways, I'm retired now, so don't forget to delete my number and don't text me back. I have learned a lot in my 35 years of teaching and counseling. I want to share with you some of the important life lessons that helped me in my life. One thing I had to learn, and that was very hard to do, was take care of myself. And that's very important, is taking care of yourself. Finding your purpose, thinking critically, and then be engaged in your life. In order to take care of yourself, you have to love yourself first. Accept your flaws and embrace the gifts you have to offer. I am a proud Indigenous woman, and I have always tried to encourage others to be proud of who they are and to embrace and recognize their identity. Remember, you will always be someone will always be looking up to you as a role model and a mentor. Set a good example so others can follow in your footsteps. Find your purpose. You are placed on this earth for a reason. Be a contributor to your community, your family, friends, and the earth. Keep a positive and caring circle of friends and family close to you. The way you treat people represents how you view yourself. Start with a healthy relationship with yourself and treat those around you in a loving, caring, and encouraging manner. Your parents, grandparents, guardians, and teachers have provided you with skills and tools to guide you along your path, but it's up to you what you choose to do with them now. You will have challenges along the way. The important thing is not dwell on what's wrong, but to focus on moving forward and pushing through. Don't be afraid to ask for guidance, even when the worst has happened. When you put kindness and positivity in the universe, I always believe it comes back to you. Design and implement a care model for yourself and use it as a guiding tool to begin your journey in life. And always self-check in with yourself and make adjustments if you have to. If you change I to we, it will create illness to wellness. I wish you all the best. I hope you have a wonderful evening of celebration, and congratulations to the class of 2018. Masi.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Cleary, and congratulations on your retirement. Grads, as your teachers, we invited Ms. Cleary to speak to you tonight, but we didn't want to just tell you how we felt about you. We wanted to show you as well. So if you can direct your attention to our screen. Watch for a guest appearance by Mrs. Cleary. Who knew Mr. Curran was such a good dancer? And so flexible. I would like to invite up Casey Hall to speak about her slideshow presentation.
I'd like to thank whoever decided to put me after that video, first of all. Thanks. So my name is Casey, like our very lovely MC just let you know, and I am the SJF Grad Historian of 2018. So this really isn't meant to be shady, which saying that makes it sound shady. But in the past, this speech has been people getting up here and talking for 5 minutes about the memories that they've made in school. Which is fine, again, I'm not trying to be shady, but this speech can be really difficult because we didn't all go to the same elementary school, or the same middle school. Some of us weren't even at Sir John for all of high school. So I could get up here and talk about how in the grade 5 play at J.H. Sisson's, Sarah Taggart-Miles stuffed a giant pillow into her flannel to transform into the hard-of-hearing grandfather who understood no English for a Christmas concert. Or I could talk about how in Social Studies 20-1, Jacob Schubert single-handedly inspired Miss Trimble to ban bottle flipping in all of her classes by getting probably over a dozen bottles stuck at the ledge at the top of her class. But those are things that I remember because those are things that I was there for. I wasn't there for the Range Lake Quebec trip in grade 8, so I have no clue what crazy shenanigans those kids got up to. So to segue into what this introduction is actually leading up to, I'd like to tell you all a short story. It takes place about a month ago when I went into Mr. McGinnis's office to pester and annoy him, like I do very consistently. And he told me to sit down so that he could talk to me about class historian. He told me, and this was very serious, no sarcasm, he said, "Casey, you are easily the funniest person to ever walk into Sir John and grace these hallways, probably ever. And you know how to use basic editing software. I would be honored if you would create a slideshow for this year's formal ceremony." I'm really easily won over by compliments, so I agreed. And here we are. This year, instead of hearing me talk about things like Condé Nast or Ryan Walsh telling me that there was absolutely no way that High School Musical would be getting played at the formal ceremony, or how Mr. Purchase had the grade 7s at William McDonald play the Star Wars theme song for our Christmas concert, you get to see the story of the graduating class of 2018 for yourselves. And quickly before we start, grads, please make sure to thank all your family and friends for all the pictures and videos you're about to see, because that's 100% sent in by them. And now that that's out of the way, I invite you all to sit back, relax, and to feel free to talk about how this was your favorite part of the formal ceremony later on tonight.
Thank you, Casey. Thank you to all of our speakers tonight.